Hello! We are back with our year in the dark, and I'm trying to remember what on earth we were doing. I think we were waiting here for the aurora before we leave Pleasant Valley. Should probably check that our stats are all correct. 88, eh? Don't know why it's making me agree to my own chat rules, that's fine. PV 23 out of 30, current game day, so we just need to add a game day. Cool. Let's have a look. How many days in PV? 24. Cool. Alrighty. Have a little drink. I haven't got much water, so we should probably do something about that to start with. And I was thinking about in terms of what I haven't done in PV yet is I haven't done any fishing, which is not that exciting. But hey, Delta, how you doing? Yeah, so let's go outside and make some water. How am I doing on? I've got one piece of coal. I have a feeling there's stuff out there though by the barrel. I don't need tinder, do I? No. There's no crates or anything in here. There is a book or two. Oh, that's right. There's an extra revolver in here. 82%. I think mine is better. I think that's why I left it. 91. Okay. You may hear my washer dryer spinning today. It's doing a big load for the kids. Oh, I need to not hunch. Don't think the bear has come up here, but I'm always making sure. Ah, there's no wood here. Okay. One piece of coal. A book or two. Okay. We may need to get some wood. Such as this very large piece over here. Would be good to know kind of where the bear was, so that I could avoid him, but that's fine. I just came up here because I wanted to see the aurora here before I left. Also, I think I was going to map up here. Oh, I did, didn't I? I was going to map up here because of the Polaroid. And I remember mapping and I got a little thing on the map that said there was a bear carcass down here. Which is a lie. There is not. Over here. It says there's a dead bear. Where the bunnies are. There is not. The bear is walking over there. You can see him. Moving slowly. At least I think that's him. It is a good view. I think there's a dead guy down there, but I'm not gonna go there. Yeah, so I thought that I could go do some fishing today. That might be quite fun. Try and come back sort of later. To catch the aurora if there is one. I've had an aurora like several nights in a row now. Do I have like fishing tackle or anything though? I have one. Oh, I have 4. Okay, that's good to know. Alright. If we go around this way, we can keep an eye out in case he is deciding to come up here. Trying to remember where Pensive Pond is. I think I have gone there accidentally recently by going over further than I'd normally go down and then going down the hill. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, so I normally climb down, I go sort of goat down by the climbing point. But if I go further and then goat down, I believe I end up near Pensive Pond. I think that's what I did last time. Aha, I have 5 arrows, okay. I'm sort of just fishing for the skills and for something to do, really. Because we've got to get 6 more days here. And why not have the food? Because we're not amazing on food. I think the rest of it must be... If I've relocated everything... Oh, it must be in the locker inside Signal Hill. Okay. So I would normally go down here. So if we just keep going... Can hear the falls, I think. This is not a way I normally go, so this is just a little experiment. Go down sort of to the water. And then just sort of keep going, if I recall correctly. Aha. Try not to get a sprain. I do not know why all of my timers are going off right now. In my chat. Stream Elements is having a very chatty evening. Ah yes, right over there. Perfect. Hey Pam, how are you? Nice to see ya. Good morning. We are finishing up our month in Pleasant Valley, and I decided that I hadn't been here yet, and we should maybe come here and do some fishing. Because why not? I do, however, have next to no firewood, so that needs to be something I fix first. The cat was yelling at you. Yeah, they'll do that, won't they? It's like, get up and feed me. Our dog is quite impatient sometimes for us to get out of bed. Also, at night time when it's bedtime and she wants to go to bed, she will stand by the bedroom door and stare at you. And then eventually, if you take too long, she'll just put herself to bed. She wants breakfast, yeah.
I could eat anything.
Well, Astrid, I'm going to feed you in a second. And then we're going to get some tasty fish. I was trying to remember, Pam. I don't remember there being a moose in Pleasant Valley. Is that the case? Or is there one somewhere? I'm not going to go looking for it. I was just suddenly thought, I don't remember there being one. Get this too. Here we go.
not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
But Astrid, you will, because I will make you. Okay, let's hang out here for a bit. Oh, another knife.
Perfect.
84, I'll have to check what mine is. Oh, more bullets. Yeah, I don't think there is one. Which is interesting. Is the deer really close? Because it's very noisy.
Man, I could eat anything.
Yeah, let's not lose your welfare, Astrid. Let's feed you something. Oh, I'll just have the soda, actually. Yeah, that deer is very close, isn't it? He hasn't seen me yet. I thought so. I need to do some more archery practice. I thought that might be a moment, but yeah. Okie dokie. Okie dokie karaoke. Let's get a fire going. Oh, really? Right here? Oh well, if we see him, we see him. I didn't notice any markings on the trees or anything, so I don't know. I don't know. Oh, look at that. 100% success.
Come on, fire.
This is my spend a year in the Long Dark series, so it's on Voyager, so it's 30 days in each of the locations. So we're on day 24 of PV, and it's my third location, so it's very chill. It's not supposed to be remotely stressful. That's the whole point. So yeah, we're just making the most of our time here and trying to up our skills if possible. There we go. That's one to get us started. Oh, missed that before. That would be funny if I ran into the moose. Need to do water. Let's do that. Maybe just 1 litre for now. It's gonna be like 40 minutes. Okay, let's do another hour.
I need to find food.
Oh yeah, let's not starve you. How about you eat the fish? Big fish. Oh, hey, Mr. Canadian, thank you for the raid. Hello, raiders. Welcome in, welcome in. Unfortunately, I'm not through my normal service window overlays, etc. this evening, so there's no fun alerts for things like raids, but I greatly appreciate you all coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Corin Thistle. I stream 90% The Long Dark, a little bit of other things too, and I am doing a Year in the Dark series where I spend 30 days in each of the major regions of Great Bear, and we are on day 24 in Pleasant Valley, so I'm kind of just killing some time to move towards my last little bit of time here, but I thought it might be fun to do some fishing, so that's what we're doing right now. because another goal I have for the year that I'm here is to upskill everything. So yeah, I thought it might be a bit of fun. I'm trying to catch the aurora at the Signal Hill before I leave. So I am...
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Yeah, that's because you caught a big bass. So I'm just going to cook until I don't have any... Cook and fish until I don't have any firewood left, which isn't going to be that far away, to be quite honest. That's going to take 26 minutes. And then I'm going to probably go back to Signal Hill. Try and figure out how to fill in my time. Hey, Allie, nice to see you again. I think we had a brief chat in someone else's stream. Maybe it was Mr. Canadian's stream about The Last of Us? Big fan. Be won by the single barn near the bear spawn. I never see one myself. No, I've never seen one over there either. Oh, no worries, Mr. Canadian. Sleep well. Thanks again for the raid. Nice to see ya. We were just talking about how we don't know where I've never seen, or I can't remember seeing, a moose in Pleasant Valley. But there probably is one somewhere. So Pam was having a look at the map. Cool, that'll be my last fish, I think. Let's just cook that and then we'll go. I'll try not to be too stinky. I'm just going to eat them all, really. Fill up her belly. This massive one. Oh, thank you for following, Ellie. Welcome to the chorus. It's annoying that I don't have any alerts or anything working today, but that's all good. Righty-ho, let's do this. Let's eat it. Just eat it. Let's take a torch. All three. Hello, Blades. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you. How dark are we looking at here? Nah, not too bad. Just get my bearings because... Yes. Hey, Python! How much? 70 calories. Probably just drop it. Because it's going to be more pain than anything else. Oh, it's turned very pretty all of a sudden. Very peach. Oh, thank you, Pam. Yeah, I do a music stream every couple of weeks. I sing and play piano. They've usually had a theme, so... my next one is going to be Pop Divas. I haven't finalised the set list yet, but I'm going to pick some tunes by some well-known divas. Do some covers, that'll be fun. I usually do those on a Sunday, US time. You'll be able to hear my washing machine sing as it finishes. There are some highlights on my page, Ellie, that you could maybe look at some point. Bye! Husband's gone out. You know, just to see if it's remotely your thing. Like, I don't want anyone to come and watch just because, you know, only come and watch if you like what you hear. Let's hope we can get back without any trouble, huh? That would be good. So I do not have the firewood to spend the night in the fishing village, though, to be quite honest, I just remembered I do have a bare bedroll, and I do already have clothing that's 30-degree warmth bonus. I probably could have slept in there without any trouble whatsoever. I'm getting confused between my runs now because I have a gunloper run. What am I doing? I have a gunloper run and I have I just did for the fun of it, just today while I was mucking about at home, I just did some hopeless rescue. So I've obviously confused my brain, but yeah, I don't need to worry about being cold, that's for sure. Could probably sleep out in the middle of nowhere without too much problem. But yeah, those Lopa habits, I'd rather keep those, I guess. Pretty sky. What a pretty night. Oh, cool. So the last stream was all originals, so the ones that are the most recent are all my own songs. I haven't written a song in many years, though, that I have started trying again. I got out of the habit of performing and singing and everything, so doing streams has kind of got me back into doing it and got my confidence back. It's been really nice. It's been many years not doing it anymore because of my children and because of life. So it's been really nice to be back in it. The Night Spooks music is here. There's a wolf jerk over there. Hello. How you doing? Yeah, I thought so. I actually hit you the second time, that's why. Because I have so many bullets, I just shoot them now. Can aim at them, I guess, but I just shoot them. Tell them to go away. Ah, Silvery Frost, thank you for the raid. Nice to meet you. Welcome, welcome. Hey, lady, how are you? Thank you for the bits. Sadly, my light stream isn't working correctly, so I'm just streaming straight from the PlayStation, so there's no fun alerts or anything this evening. But I greatly appreciate that. That's so kind. Welcome, raiders. If you've not met me before, I'm Corinne, this one from New Zealand. I stream like 90% The Long Dark, 10% kind of some other fun stuff. And I have a bunch of different runs going at the moment, but this run that I play in the evenings my time is a Voyager run, long-term run, Year in the Dark series. So I'm spending 30 days in each of the major regions of Great Bear, and we are on day 24, 25 of Pleasant Valley out of 30, and it is day 88 or so in general, and we're just trying to... Oh, thank you for the recommendation, lady. That's so kind of you. Yeah, Pam, I looked it up myself. I am on Deezer, but not my album. Only really old stuff. So I've contacted the people that distribute my music and asked them why only some of my music's on Deezer, and I haven't heard back yet. So I will look into it for you because they've said they've submitted it to Deezer. So it should be on Deezer. But yes, there should be like an old EP called Hiding. There'll be like a song from 2012 called In the Dark. But my album's called Shine On, and it's not on Deezer. And I don't quite know why. So I am looking into it. Keep thinking I'm hearing the bear, but I'm not. Pretty sure I'm not. Thank you for following, Sylvia Frost. That's so kind of you. Welcome, welcome to the chorus. We're called the chorus because I'm a musician and it kind of goes with chorus. It was a Zach Nafane joke. He said Koru can only sing the chorus, and he thought it was really funny. And I also thought it was really funny because I love puns. So together with that fact that I'm a musician, we have named my chat the chorus. Your name gives me trouble. Papa in German means something juicy. Oh. I don't know why I've dumped all this stuff on the floor. I don't normally do that, but that's okay. Let's get her a beverage. At least I've managed to fill her belly with all that fish. We can have a snooze. Let's have a nice long 9-hour snooze. And for some reason, Stream Elements tonight has gone a bit haywire and is just is just saying all of my timers over and over and over. It's fine. I will have to look into those and why they are being weird, but that's fine. What are we doing? We need to drink something. We really need to make some water. I don't think there's anything wood in here, though. I'd have to go firewood hunting, and I'd rather not do that in the middle of the night, so we'll probably just check. I know there's obviously cardboard boxes, but there's nothing wood in here, is there? No. Oh, there we go. Reclaimed wood. Oh yeah, I could probably do the chair, though it might want me to have light, so let's just think. I've got lots of oil. Let's try something. Oh, good, you found the songs, yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know what's going on with the album not being there. But yeah, I will harass them about it. Nothing juicy intended, yeah. Oh look, there's another bullet down here. Righty-ho. It's funny sometimes coming into places like this and just like ignoring some things. Like obviously I already have a revolver. I've got like two wolf coats and bare bedroll. So, alright, we got to figure out what we want to do, everybody, because I've got time to kill. We are on day 89. We have got 25 days in Pleasant Valley. Let's go make water and have a think about what else we might want to do. Hey Nougat, nice to see you. Are you off, Silvery Fox? Silvery Frost, rather. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much for coming in again for the raid. Look after yourself. Woof. Oh, I could have done Maglins. Ah, well. Pam, I had to allow your message because it has the term intercourse. That's this chat being the chatbot being very careful, I guess, which is fine. All right. Auto admin on guard, yeah. Well, this time of night I don't usually have, my mods are all Americans, so, I don't have anybody in, so I don't mind so much if I have to do auto mod every now and then. Alright, let's have a look. I think I've got stuff in the locker. Let's have a look at all of our stuff before we get ready to leave PV at some point soon. Because I think I'm pretty sure I've gone everywhere I want to go in PV. I'll have to make myself take it a bit slower when we're in Mystery Lake, because otherwise I'm just going to... did I not bring any more food or anything? Otherwise we're just going to be bored because we would have done everything quickly. Huh. So did I fill one of these? No. Did I just eat everything I brought with me? I thought I had a whole stack of, like, food that I brought from the barn. But I guess I just was careful and didn't bring everything with me and just came with what I've got. Okay, that's all good. Cool. Thank you for the shout outs. I should make you a VIP anyway, lady. Let's do that. Because that gives you pretty much most of the... You should have been a VIP already. So there you go. You're a VIP, so you can do shout outs and all the like. Yeah, so I don't know. That's the dilemma I'm coming to with this run, is that I maybe get 3 weeks into being on a map. You do deserve VIP for sure. I get 3 weeks into a map and then I get bored. I'm like, well, I've been everywhere. So I want to move on now. But I can't. I have to kind of like fill in my time, which is probably also good for me. But yeah, I've done pretty much everything I wanted to do on this map. Hey, Sai. Good morning. How are you, my friend? Nice to see you. Let's go have a look out over our kingdom. Thank you for the shout out to Sai. That must be the bear there. That big lump. It's actually a very nice day. I've actually been lucked out with the weather for the last week or two in my run here. Goddamn crows, wish you could shoot them. Oh well. So I really wanted to see the aurora up close at the Signal Hill, but I don't really know what to do during the day. I suppose I could go for a hunt. Might go over by the deer blind. And how much fire have we got? 44. We could probably do another liter, easy. 21. Yeah, we should be able to do that.
I barely walked with this much gear.
Oh, Astrid. Do not fret. We are just carrying all of our stuff because we are going to be leaving the map soon. Let's just do torches for now. Oh, too slow. There we go. Yeah, so that's I saw it from down below and I have had several aurora nights in a row. It was really weird. I had maybe 3 in a row. And I thought, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll spend my last week in PV up on Signal Hill and I can see it up close. And then, yeah. I just got a sudden chill. It feels like a window's open or something, but I think it's just a really much colder week this week. We've got, we had a low of 0 last night, so 32 Fahrenheit. And yeah, we're kind of, I think, similar tonight, maybe a few degrees warmer. And I live in a really old house, wooden house, 1941. It's not fully insulated, not through the floor anyway. I can feel the draft. And it's also single glazing, because New Zealand doesn't really do double glazing, though lots of new houses do, but all the older houses have not been like retrofitted with double glazing. So it can get a bit cold. We're not really, unfortunately, very well designed. Though that's kind of the extreme that it gets. We get from, in my area anyway, the coldest it gets is 0, and the hottest it gets is maybe 32. So what is that? 32 to 90 Fahrenheit, maybe? It's not really extreme weather. So, yeah, we don't really need to be built for it. Oh, mid-handed chocolate. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, I haven't, Oh, yeah, I did go to the top of the, lighthouse, yeah. And then I ran downstairs so that I could see the beacon going from downstairs. But yeah, it did blind kind of white out everything. It was very cool. But yeah, I may not get it before I leave, but I was kind of hoping to see it from the top of the hill. Not only just to see the actual tower light up, but to see the view of the whole valley in an aurora would be cool. I've kind of gone not my normal route, so I've actually ended up back at the river and I've gone too far. It's all good. I've got one finger like sticking into the air on my controller. Today I dropped a glass casserole dish. Well, I sort of knocked it out of the cupboard. A low cupboard by the floor, and it really didn't fall very far at all. But it immediately shattered. And as it shattered, it sort of fell in two. And one of the pieces, just as it fell backwards, sliced my finger. So I have cut... Oh yeah, I had an aurora on the summit recently. My gunloper run at the top. It was amazing. So yeah, I've cut like 2/3 of the way down one finger. It was really fast too, but geez. So that's not particularly comfortable. That's okay. This game is beautiful. Kind of just wandering around at the moment. I was kind of thinking I'd just head towards the deer blind, but I'm just wandering and having a look. I suppose I could go down to the Pensive Pond actually and do some archery practice down there. That might not be the worst idea. But I thought if I went to the blind and there were deer around the blind, that would be a good spot too. Because I've spent many years playing this game using guns and not the bow. And I used to be good at the bow. And I no longer am any good at the bow, so... Oh wow, yeah. Aurora animals all glittery. They are scary but very pretty. Yeah, seeing I'm this way already, I might as well. I'll go back towards the pond. Yeah, that would have been cool actually if they'd introduced the bow. I'm surprised that they haven't really introduced the bow. Because they get you to... Spoiler alert if anyone hasn't played it, but in... It must be episode 3 with Astrid, they get you, as a side quest, they get you to kill a deer from a snow shelter. But they do that with a gun, don't they? It would have been cool if they'd kind of taught you a bit better about using the bow. Because my problem is not... My problem is aiming. Like, I just feel like I'm never quite in the right spot. And I'm trying to think in terms of real life physics, and I don't think the game really uses real life physics. I think once you know exactly where to aim, which is lower than I usually aim, you're onto a winner, you know? But, no, they're not out now. Oh well, I could go to the other side and have a look up at the little picnic area, because sometimes there's stuff there, I believe. In Redux, you had to kill and track a deer, but Predux. But with the rifle, at least it was hunting, to use the bow. Yeah, that's what I thought. You needed to aim a bit higher too, but I've seen many people tell me to aim lower. And quite often when I aim at deer with the bow, I go over them. So I just think I need to just figure out the sweet spot. Once I've got the sweet spot, I'll just keep practicing. And I know in a combat situation, when the wolf is running at you, people always aim quite low. They aim sort of at their mouth. And that kills the deer? The wolf? Because I'm not good at also because the bow is a painful, slow compared to the guns. I'm not good at being surprised by a wolf and using the bow. Use the rifle from Grey Mother on easiest difficulty. Yeah, in Redux, she doesn't give you the rifle. I think she might have used to given you a rifle. No, she just gives you boots and stuff, doesn't she? Because her daughter's climbing stuff, the rope, and you get the rifle from Jeremiah in episode 2. Currently, I can't remember. I did play Predux. I did play the original release. Whispered my one-shot moose kill. Senior, I think because you're a VIP, you might be able to post it, lady. I think I've seen it. I think I've seen it on someone's stream. Yeah, try posting it. Did that go through? That looked like it went through. If that looks weird to you in any way, let me know, and I can post it for you, but... I think I've seen that somewhere. If not on yours, on some, it's very good. It's worth watching. I will have to. My plan is to kill the moose in Mystery Lake, because I've only ever killed one before, and I think I'd feel more comfortable. I feel more comfortable doing it from like trappers or whatever. But I remember you saying, lady, that you'd not really played Interloper, but that was on Interloper, and you once you'd done that, you were like, right, I'm done. I'm not doing any more Interloper. I've killed a one-shot moose. Yeah, that's great. I'd be very proud. Because sometimes I make these amazing shots, and I'm like, I totally intended to kill that with one shot from far away. But honestly, I usually give myself away by getting very excited. Well, all the deer have gone away, apparently. There's bunnies down here. Midday. What do you got next to you, mate? wood. Alright, well I'll take it. I'm quite low on firewood. Another axe. Hatchet. 81. What's mine? 82. Of course. Picnic spot. If I'd thought about it, I probably would have just mapped everywhere I went, actually, while I was doing this, because that would have been something to do. Visit all the locations and map them. But because I already have Faithful Cartographer, I was like, nah, I don't need to do that. Hello, Zach. Nice to see you, my friend. Just dropping in while typing up some stuff. How goes the run? Good, thank you. This is my long-term Voyager run. This is the one where I'm spending 30 days in each region. They made 12 regions. So we're finishing up in PV. I'm just trying to, like, find something to do. Because I've kind of done everything I wanted to do while I was here. So we've done Coastal and DP, and now PV. And then, yeah, we're going to do a month in Mystery Lake, which I'm looking forward to. It should be nice and chill. It'll be nice to be home, really. I consider that kind of a place that definitely feels like home. We were just talking about how I spent so long using the guns that I lost all of my bow and arrow skill. So I was going to try and do some more archery practice. But I need to figure out exactly how to aim appropriately. Like, it just never seemed to be quite right. Rosehip Jam. Thank you for the shout out to Zach. Keep thinking I'm hearing something that I'm not hearing. That's fine. Ooh, mushrooms. Zach will never live that down, will he? Everybody loves that quote. Reverse started recording Stalker Run, find it hard to aim with a revolver. Ah! See, I'm getting pretty good with the revolver. But yeah, the bow and arrow, I'm just really rusty, and I think I've probably got in my own head a bit too much about it. I think it's probably, a lot of it's mental. Rosehip Jam sounds delightful. And it's funny, Anbert was saying a week or so ago that in Sweden they make a rosehip soup. And it's kind of like a tea, but it's like rosehip and something, and they have it as a soup. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I always wondered what rosehips taste like. I'm assuming they're kind of like a berry sort of taste, but... oh well, we'll head back towards Signal Hill. We're trying to catch the aurora while we're actually at Signal Hill before we leave. Yeah, rosehip is skincare, yeah. It's really good for redness. I used to eat them as a kid. They grew in my neighbourhood. It's like tasting a bland tomato. Ah! Voyager video is Master Predator. I haven't watched the Voyager video yet. I'm looking forward to it. I really liked the Wolf Plateau video, Zach. That was great. I don't think I'd been in Ash Canyon when that was more of a thing, you know, so that was quite cool to hear about that. It's so funny that they were just running around up there making noises. I wonder if they'd put them up there just for atmosphere and just were like, well, no one will get up here anyway. But then, as you said, there's loot up there, so... Can I cross here? You'd think that this must mean that you can cross here if this is... I don't think I've ever done it. It's a double log. It's like a little bridge. Huh. I've never used that before. I like it. TLD history now. You'll release it on Friday? Nice. Chewy is very tasty. They're tart unless you let them soften a bit, loaded with vitamin C, tomato jelly. Ah. The bow is very powerful. Yeah, I just need to know where to aim. And I think it's not, I don't think anyone can tell me. I think I just need to keep doing it and figure out what works best, because it's frustrating. And it seems like something I should be able to do after 5 years in the game, but I just got used to killing everything with the guns. The bow was kind of an interloper thing, you know, in my brain, and then now I play this run on Voyager and I play my gunloper run, so I'm not using the bows predominantly in either run. But on my gunloper run I did get the backpack and summit, and that was like the main goal I had for that run, so I'm pretty pleased with that. I now want to get that run to at least day 30. That will be my Loper. My Loper PB is 22. But yeah, if I can get Gunloper to day 30, I think I'll feel pretty good about it. But I mean, I did do As the Dead Sleep, so I feel kind of like I'm capable now, you know? But yeah, the bow is something that still eludes me. I'm so blind. Sarah 2H. Sarah Tooth. I ate a lot of rosehips as a kid as well. A lot of seeds and a lot of fruit. Quite nice when ripe. Oh, rosehip soup. Thank you, lady, for sharing the link. Rosehip jam. You use it on a braised lamb shank dish. On your menu. Are you a chef? Nugget. So many nuggets. So many chefs who play the long dark. More of a dessert. I just love how people can aim so perfectly and with the bow and not have any dramas. So that is my goal. She's tired now, so she's slow. You are a chef. Oh yeah. So it's like ULD. There was someone else recently. It's very cool. I'm not a bad cook, but I'm quite out of practice because my husband does all the cooking. Oh, of course, Maria, yes. And Mint. Oh, yeah. Mint Choc Dublin, yeah. Nice to see you, Ish. It's in the name, yeah. Chef Maria, indeed. Someone else the other day, too, said that they were a chef. But that's very cool. Oh, Chef Mint. Ah, okay, yeah. You Zach at it. Zach. Well, it's pretty quiet around here. Makes me a little bit nervous. Just trying to think if there's anywhere else I haven't been. I think I looked at the map the other night just to make sure, because I felt like I'd missed something, but I'm pretty sure I've been everywhere. Dad joke for free. Yeah, Zach's always here with the dad jokes. Zach is the reason that you guys are called the chorus, Koru's chorus, because of a dad joke of Zach's, which is actually pretty appropriate. Koru can only sing the chorus, but also, you know, as a musician, it works very well. Not paying attention, I'm walking into walls. What time of day is it? No, not quite night time, but hey. We'll hang out here. We might even have a little nap, so that if it is an aurora, she can wake up in the middle of the night. We'll just do little short little sleeps. Well, we just finished watching a series called The Bear, which you've probably heard all about, which was very good, about a guy who was a top chef who starts to run his brother's sandwich restaurant after his brother dies. It is very good, but it does seem very intense, especially the the fancy restaurant that he works at before he does the sandwich shop. The flashbacks to that with a particularly stressful leadership in that role. Cousin wants to go to culinary school, so he can cut an. Haven't seen or heard of it. Should look it up. It's called The Bear. It is very intense, but supposed to be relatively accurate to, the really stressful restaurant life. Several episodes made me quite stressed out. It's not my kind of thing. I don't thrive in that kind of environment. But yeah, it was really good. Alrighty, well, let's have a little nap. A little nappy nap. Yeah, I can't do that kind of environment. We have in Germany tons of different jam and honey. I'm just eating some honey from a beekeeper's. Only from cherry blossoms. Wow. Stop screaming. It's just chiming in with the dad jokes now. I use a chopper. I use an apprentice. I love it. You can't have onions? Oh. I think we probably put onion in everything. My husband's a big fan of onion. It's not even night yet. Right, have we got anything we can read or repair? I've got two 84% knives. I probably can just get rid of one of them. That would be probably a practical thing to do. Just doing her deep breathing routine because I'm, as usual, making her carry too much. Right, let's get rid of a knife. Cajun onion garlic. You want to cut onions? Watch the Grave of Fireflies. I never actually watched that. All I've heard about it is how incredibly sad it is. It's funny. The self-grown onions, they should have a weapons license. Because I wear contact lenses the majority of the time, I've, for like, God, when did I start wearing them? At least like 25 years ago, maybe. I was one of the first people in New Zealand to wear them, like continuous wear contact lenses. One of the youngest people, because I was doing a lot of theatre and TV and stuff, and I needed to not wear glasses, so they always put me in contact lenses. Is that that's just yeah? There would be stuff in here glowing, yeah. And so that means I don't cry when I cut onions. And I was always like, why do people complain about this so much? And then I did it one day just wearing my glasses and was like, holy shit. Carolina Reapers? No, thank you. Thanks for the lurk. Nice to see you, Zach. I'm doing this very awkwardly. I don't know why I think there's going to be another Aurora, but it's worth a try. I probably had my Aurora quota already. Didn't need to clean. I like how she can clean weapons in the pitch black dark. Well done. Gonna craft. I can craft some fishing tackle. She can do that in the pitch darkness. Homegrown onions are lethal? It's interesting that I didn't know that they were so much stronger. My husband probably knew that already. Oh no! Cabin fever risk! Oh noes. I don't think I have the cloth or anything to make a snow shelter. I have to go sleep in the cave. Oh, noes. Oh, noes. Let's have a look. I might have the sticks. I don't have the cloth. Are there curtains in here? Because I could just make a snow shelter outside. I have 11 sticks. Let's have a look. Wash your hands in warm soapy water, but use a stainless steel. Oh yeah, I've heard about the stainless steel thing being good for that. Like your lathering up and the smell will be gone. Ah. Oh, I'm loath to rip up wool long johns, but I will if I have to. And combat pants. That's because it's Voyager and everything's... I already have much better stuff. I might have to. So that's 2 pieces of cloth probably, maybe 3. Do I want to rip up a military coat? Anything in here? No. Clothing. Oh, shirt. Okay, we might be able to make a snow shelter. And avoid... Because that's what I was doing before I made the bare bedroll. I was alternating inside and outside nights so that I didn't get cabin fever. Cold onions, the sharpest knife, and don't cut the root. All points will help you stop you cry. Yeah. Already sliced my finger today, so... Oh, I actually didn't have any cloth, so I need to... Oh yeah, let's feed you. I need... Oh, I hate doing this. I hate doing this. Cut faster. No, I think I get 2 out of this. Force your kids to cut and make fun of the crybabies. Oh my gosh. Well, my children are not old enough to hold a knife, but okay, there we go. And then I think I need 4 sticks. That would leave me with 1 torch, but I mean, that's fine. Well, she got 2 sticks out of a torch. A free parenting tip. Thank you. Alright, how are we doing now? 14, and need 1 more stick, and I've got the cloth now? Yeah, okay. Oh, he didn't use his gloves. Oh, no. Alright, we're snow sheltering it up. Nine-year-old with chilly fingers. Let me guess, he put them in his eyes, his nose. Alright, let's try this. Can you make it within the fence? Oh, the dicks. Oh, you can. Okay. Okay. This is when the bear comes up and bothers me. Alrighty. Well, we've got... We're very warm in our normal bedroll. How warm are we in our bear bedroll? Extremely warm. So warm we probably wouldn't want to sleep in it anymore. All of the above and more. Oh, poor guy. I can process 10 pounds of ripe red cane for horse bear hands, no problem. Anything hotter, you wear gloves. Oh, yeah. I don't think we're getting an Aurora. I don't know why. I'm just trying to get one. Let's just let her sleep for like 3 hours. Ooh. Pretty. Let's go have another look.
I'm gonna need to eat soon.
I love how it gets higher. Because it's, the average over 6 days or whatever, so you can spend a night outside, and now it's like, no, it's higher. Good morning, Pleasant Valley. Beautiful. I'm just gonna hang out here for a couple of minutes, enjoy the zen. Butt spots come to life. Is that like a little chopping gadget? My husband uses a mandolin sometimes, mandolin. But I've heard people have lost fingers with those. Commercial butt. Oh, sorry. Commercial butt. Yeah, it just takes one syllable and changes it to butt. It's very silly what random syllables it decides to use. Those can take a chunk of meat. Ah. Oh well. Well, now we get cabin fever risk. We are getting low on food. And we are at... We've spent 26 days in Pleasant Valley. I'm pretty sure I did relocate everything up here, so I must have just eaten all the food. So, should we go on another little expedition? Seeing it's not a blizzard day, though that will obviously change rapidly and probably will. Let's go up here and have a nosy. To be just enjoying the game rather than too much excitement. Though I think Mystery Lake will have a little bit more excitement. I'm going to try and kill the bears and the moose and do lots more practice with the bow. I'm just thinking I'll grab this actually. But yeah, it's very low key. Feels weird with my finger pointing out after I cut it. Braised venison with rosehip and cattails spiced with reishi and glazed with birch sugar. Have you made anything like that? Have you made long dark inspired meals? Because that would be very cool. I might have to take a break for a second and get myself a sweater because I'm a bit cold. Right, I'm going to do that for 1 second. I'll be right back. Whoop. Yeah, okay. Curtains closed, jumper on. Oh, it's another torch. Follow my trail with the torches.
Could eat anything right now.
Yes, let's not let you go hungry. I do wonder if in a future update your character will actually wear what they're wearing. You know how she's got bare hands and obviously the red sweater on and all of that. Be cool if that changed, but I imagine it's probably not the easiest thing to do with all the variety. I'm hoping we get that announcement soon. I think it was, I don't know if someone alluded to sort of the end of the year, didn't they? So, fingers crossed. I'd love to hear more about the DLC, what their plans are. If they could time it so it kicks off in January, that would be good, because that's when I next have, like, disposable income. I'm looking forward to episode 5. Oh, there's a deer. Did I scare that deer? Because it looked like he was running away from a bear. He's running towards me.
Ah, I'm starving.
Oh, Astrid, just shush. Yeah. Can you not run away? I think I've already checked the blind. Let's just have a quick look. Just in case. Oh, maybe not. I don't think I have. What's in here? More food, yay! It is very nice having level 5 cooking. Right, so am I going to be able to shoot a deer from in here? That would be candy. Actually use the blind for that purpose. Otherwise I will go and just stalk him. Probably haven't checked the cave then too, huh? I probably thought to myself I'd do both of these when I came over here to leave. There's bunnies. There's a deer carcass over there. I could always eat him too. Aha, there he is. I do wish that I had archery level 5 and I didn't have to crouch, but hey. Oh, see, that's even too close. That didn't seem too close to me, but it's always further than you think. Whereas I can get right up to the bunny before he cares. The deer is much more skittish. Oh, you've got a broken arrow. That's kind of handy too. Yeah, less than a kilo, but that's alright. Alright, let's have a look in here too. It's alright, Mr. Deer. I'm not coming for you yet. Oh, the wind. Have I left anything actually at the Signal Hill? For any reason I can't go back there? Decide to stay over here? I don't think I have, but I still want to see that aurora. Hilltop Cave. Yay, more crackers. Just thought I'm probably carrying tinder. Yeah, I am. Get rid of that. Okay. Grab these and then I'll see if I can chase that deer a little bit. If he goes towards Signal Hill, then that's not really a problem. A wolf down there. There's a bunny. Where'd the deer go? Bit windy for a fire. Processing 15 blooming onions. Now, blooming onions are a thing someone told me to try when I was in America. They said it was at like Outback Steakhouse or something. They said it was an Australian dish. I was like, well, been to Australia many times in my life and I've never heard of a bloomin' onion. But it sounds interesting, intriguing enough to try. I'm not really into a lot of onion though, to be honest. Like the flavour onion gives you, don't love the texture. Quite often I'll pick them out of burgers, but that's just because, yeah, I want the flavour left behind, but not the actual texture you bite into. It's funny what just doesn't work for you, eh?
All I can think about is food.
Yeah, Astrid, it's all good, it's all good. See, I've never been. So I don't think anywhere else has Outback Steakhouses. I think it's very much an American thing. But I'm intrigued by the idea of a steakhouse that's kind of Australian themed, maybe, is it? Or is it just Australian named? What you missing? Oh, here you go. Oh well, don't know where he ran off to. You managed to trigger one of the random Stream Elements prompts that if you say Aussie or Kiwi, it tells you I'm a Kiwi. You in Canada? The Keg Steakhouse is... Oh, for God's sake. Not paying attention and I sprained her ankle. Keg Steakhouse. Do love a good steak. That's so silly that she could just get that easily sprained on a snowbank. But hey, Astrid has glass ankles. Actually, I should probably count that. There's a sprain command. Sprain. Second sprain from just walking. Oh well, not having much luck with this archery practice, huh? Suppose we could go down to the flat and try and... What time of day is it? Yeah, it's early enough. So Nougat, this is my long-term Voyager run. I thought it would be more fun if it was just a bit more relaxing and not stressing about just surviving. But I also have a Gunloper run that I'm doing alongside, which I haven't actually played for a while because last week I did a little 200 follower celebration stream and it meant that I used the time I'd normally do my Gunloper run to play other fun little games. But yeah, I have this run going and my Gunloper run. Just for the 2 different experiences. I've only been playing Gunloper. I've only been playing Loper, rather. Maybe 2-3 months. But I've been playing the game 5 years. I just always preferred sort of Voyager. No, I've also got really good clothing. It is -21, but I've got 2 wolf coats. A lot of really good clothing. I also have a bearskin bedroll, so I'm basically... cold does not affect me anymore. After, what are we on, nearly day 90, I think? Is it 89, 90? Oh, we hit day 90. Nice. It must be... 26, yeah, still 26 days in Pleasant Valley. I think I spawned in the evening, so the day ticks over every evening. Yeah, it's pretty chill. I just wanted to relax. I didn't want it to be a stressful experience. Because I just love the game and the maps and the whole experience of it rather than... You know, if I wanted to do a whole year, I wanted it to be kind of more chill. Hey bunnies, maybe I could do some bunny stoning. I'm a bit out of practice with that too, so that could be... Or I could shoot them with a revolver, not likely. Oh, have I not got any stones? I don't. Oh well. I suppose I could pick one up, but... That's funny. I think I dumped them all because I was like, got so many weapons. Yeah, run buddy, run. I'm gonna go wander around and look at the falls, maybe. Yeah, the cold challenge is taken away pretty quickly. Once you've done all the crafting. Blast it with a revolver. I do actually like shooting bunnies with arrows, which I know people are like, oh, it's damaging for your arrows. Yeah, but it is archery practice. In terms of like your skill level and stuff. And they are pretty easy to shoot with an arrow. Oh, lower falls. Nice, nice. Hello. Probably map you if I wanted to.
Anything right about now.
You'll survive, Astrid. Oh, I had most of that anyway, but that's okay. And of course the weather's changing. Right, well at least we'll go with the wind. Bunnies with stones. Yeah. Don't really love the snapping of the necks, but it is kind of cool that that's a mechanic. It's very true survival, I guess. Well, we'll go up over here into the little shed thing to escape this weather, I think. If I get an aurora while I'm down here, I'm going to be annoyed. I'm going to call the rosehips. Did I pick them? Oh, I've already picked them. Yeah, see, bunnies are really easy to shoot with. Yeah, not if you scare them away. I just aim slightly ahead and shoot them. They're very easy. And because this is, you know, a run with guns, I haven't been that worried about the condition of my arrows. I can't forge for months on end anyway, because I'm not going to another map with a forge for a long time. The only arrows I've got are from parts that I found. Like finding arrowheads, finding birch and curing it and all that sort of stuff, but because I couldn't forge in DP, unfortunately there was no hammer, and I hadn't found it in Coastal before I went there, which, you know, was silly because I'm sure it's in Coastal. I'm sure there probably was one, I just didn't go to the right spot. Oh well, it's fine. I ended up with 7, I think, in total arrows, and I've lost 2 in a deer. I'm sure I'll probably come across them somewhere. I think I've been here already. I have. Alright, well we can just chill out here. I don't know what the weather's going to do. This solves our cabin fever problem if I sleep here tonight, maybe. It's only lunchtime though. Okay. Let's go for a little wander. Try not to get too wet. Yeah, we're getting pretty wet. I always forget about, getting soaked in the snow. I always just wander around when I'm not cold. How am I doing on firewood? Oh yeah, 2 cedar, 3. So what's that? 3.5 hours. And then, so I've got maybe 4.5 hours of firewood on me. Maybe 5. Yeah, I think this is turning a bit crap, isn't it? Let's just go back. Oh my god. Yeah, let's go back while. And there's wind. We could do a slalom. Sometimes you find just the right angle that still lets you travel like without too much hindrance. It's just painful. Near. I don't know if Pam is still around. If you are Pam, you'll see that in my little prompt there, I've put the Europe time in for the music streams, and very soon my time zone will be changing, which makes it earlier for you when I do my music streams too. Which thistle is my thistle? The thistle in my name is after the Scottish thistle. You're still here? Yeah, so my clocks change soon, Pam. So my streams will be start at 10 p.m. for you instead of 11 p.m. My music streams. And then when you guys change your clocks, they'll be at 9 p.m. So that'll be easier for you. Yeah, so if you use this prompt, actually, that's what my name is about. Oh, there we go. Thought it was coming. That was good timing. Yeah, because of all the time I spent in Scotland. My husband's Scottish. It's the tradition, like the purple, beautiful purple Scottish thistle. That's what my name is. Alright. We're actually getting cold, so it must be goddamn cold. It is. Let's go in here. And we're warm. Oh, are you guys abolishing daylight saving? It's going to be interesting when I mean, it's kind of frustrating, huh? But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I have to, whenever our clocks change, I then have to think about how that affects all the other time zones that I interact with on Twitch. Not just for my streams, but for like watching the regular streams that I always watch. There's, a couple that I watch almost every time, and they will now be at different times, so I need to look into that. Let's do some crafting. Might as well kill some time. Discussion for 2 years in the EU to skip it. Yeah, it's funny because my mother-in-law is still in Scotland, so half of the year, some part of the year we're 12 hours exactly apart. So if I know it's 8 a.m. here, it's 8 p.m. And then she changes part of the year, like it's 8 a.m. here and it's 9 p.m. for her, and then part of the year it's 8 a.m. here and 7 p.m. for her. So I always try and keep that straight in my head. Hey Dan, good morning, how are you? Cats and chats. Well, it's still daytime. We could make some teas, we could make some coffee, we could eat some soup. Keep her well fed. We are going to run out of food, so I would like to do some hunting. I'm close to running out of water actually. So I might as well start a fire. And just do that sort of stuff. If it'll let me start a fire in here. I don't think it will. Let's go out of the doorway. Because there's no fire barrel here. Sweet. Oh, fire strike is 100%. 95 with wood. Cool. Scotch thistle. Onopodium acanthium. Excellent forage plant. Seed is edible and the stem... Really? Didn't know it was edible. Of young plants make a fantastic vegetable. Use a long thin knife like a fillet knife to remove the leaves and spines while it's standing, then harvest and peel before eating, raw or cooked.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, thank you for the shout out to Dunn. Dunn is doing some fun stuff at the moment. He's trying to learn PV so that the next time he runs Hopeless Rescue, he feels more confident about finding his way. And if you've not caught it so far, he's been doing a writing sprints stream where he lets Will just die. Stanson lets him die. I think the record is what, 25 minutes? The burb has landed. Yeah, I thought I saw a notification, but I was streaming. I'm glad to hear she's made it safely. Very cool. Oh well, we're just gonna hang out here. At least I got my bare bedroll, so I'm never really that cold anywhere I go, but I don't know what the coldest I've seen the world get is actually. Out of curiosity, I can't remember. Will stands still soon, as soon as Da Vinci stops rendering. Yeah, that's always a nice start to my day actually, because I'm quite, in the morning sometimes I just don't want to hear anyone talk. So I go to Dunn's Will Stand Still stream, and I watch Will stand and look at a view and slowly die, which is very sad, but you know. It's quite... And Dunn's added music to it, so it's actually kind of relaxing now. Well, I feel sorry for the guy, but hey. It's Rosips. Yeah, so it's kind of like a little experiment to see how long he can live without interaction. And you've been trying the different difficulties too, haven't you? I was saying, I was telling Tina today that you'd tried even a Voyager run, but you'd made him naked, so that he didn't live a really long time. But I'd be really interested to see how long he lives on a Voyager run. You'd have a much longer writing sprint if you left him with clothing on. Or Pilgrim even. I know, Astrid. He wheezes on his way out, it's really sad, yeah. Really sad dying noises. Seeing I'm not travelling, I'm not going to heat up these teas. I'm just making them so I have them. Right, so that's going to need a bit longer. Oh, thank you for the contribution to the Firewatch Challenge. I am looking forward to doing that. I was hoping kind of to do that in the next few weeks, but I'm not sure it's going to get fundraised in time. 71% though, that's not bad. Oh, let's not let the fire go out. Oh, it's too windy. I must have lost my... Yeah, I've lost my... Okay. But it won't let me do one in here. Oh well, I can't boil this water. So what I'm going to do is drop it. Oh, you just drop all. And I'll have to, I don't think I have tablets or anything. Oh, I do! I'll just use the tablets. I very rarely have tablets. I usually just leave them. Oh, thank you everybody for the contributions. That wasn't a... Oh, sorry, Dan. Yeah, sound redeems aren't working. My light stream's not working. So I don't have any sounds. But I can imitate it for you. And you have my bow and my axe. There you go. Anybody who redeems any sound stuff is going to get a Koru impression because... Oh, did I leave my bedroll behind? Somewhere. My other bedroll. Oh no, that's right. I did actually leave it behind. I didn't bring it with me because I've got bearskin. Okay, let's feed her something. Deploy the vessel points. Thank you, everybody. That's very kind. 79%. Hello there. That's my best. Obi-Wan. Yeah, Lightstream's not letting me stream through it at the moment. It's very frustrating. I'm going to give them one more chance to fix it for me. And if they don't, I'm going to be cancelling. Because I'm doing a lot more PC streaming anyway at the moment during the day, so it's just the evenings that I've been using the PlayStation still. But yeah, this is my long-term run, so I don't really want to lose it because I'm unable to use the service, you know. Look at this heat bonus done that you get from the bearskin bedroll. 11.8 degrees. It takes away any worries about sleeping outside. Yeah, it's insane. So this is an extremely cold situation that I'm in right now because for me to be cold, yeah, look, it's minus 33, but I have a 29 degree clothing bonus and a 12 degree bedroll bonus. So I just don't get cold. It's really nuts. But I did it because I wanted to get the Wrapped in Furs achievement. You get an achievement if you sleep in a bearskin bedroll while wearing a rabbit hat or mitts. I can't remember which one it is. And deer boots. And a wolf coat. So I made all of those things so I could get the achievement. And then made the... Oh, lady! Thank you for the gift to Python. That's so kind of you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so I made the bedroll so that I could get that achievement. And then I realised how badass the bedroll is, so now I've gotten rid of my regular bedroll. I just realised I've got no cabin fever risk now, which is nice. Right, can I do anything seeing that it's bright outside? Oh, I don't have any cloth because I used it all for the shelter. I'm down to no food, guys. I need to go fishing or hunting soon. What are we at? 27 days in Pleasant Valley. 3 more days. And thank you for the points. Redeem for the challenge too. I appreciate that. I guess we'll pass time, which is tragic. Head out with our bow and see if we can... Oh, it's foggy.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Alright, just doing her deep breathing thing. Let's do some sharpening. Still getting cold. It must be a really cold morning. Because, yeah, I don't remember how... I think the coldest I've seen the long dark get is like minus 30 something. Minus 33. So this is the coldest it kind of gets, huh? Aw, thank you for giving me your Prime sub, lady. That is so kind of you. You can give that to anybody and you gave it to me. That's so kind. 2-month hype. That's very cool. Alright, is it cleared up? Nope. Right, well I don't really know what I'll do. I suppose I can just drink teas if I'm worried about being hungry, but let's just pass some more time by doing some more maintenance. I love the bedroll emote. That's just using the Twitch inbuilt animator too. I made that one with. Might as well have like perfect guns. 'Cause we can. 100% revolver. Yes.
I'm not gonna be able to carry this load for
I mean,
much
I know where I'm
longer.
going. I might as well just... I suppose I could just head out. But it's not ideal. It's funny, Blades was saying the one thing that he thought was funny about the Voyager players doing Interloper was that we were all like, don't want to travel in the fog. Whereas all the Interloper players are like, oh great, fog, it's warmer. But fog is, like, even if I know the map, fog could lead to my death. Fog is detrimental. Not all Loper players, yeah. I consider myself kind of a Loper player now, even though I'm still new. Might as well grab these. Because my sense of direction's not amazing. I can just imagine myself getting completely lost. But that's the beauty, I suppose, of having things like good clothing and the bare bedroll that you don't panic so much about. Yeah, well, I kind of know where to go. Even if I just go down to the falls and then up the hill, like, as long as I don't walk into a bear. It totally depends on the zone, yeah, I agree.
You could eat anything.
Oh, that is a very good point. Let's give you one of those cattails. Fog is foggy and wolves and bears don't care, yeah. Absolutely. Gosh, Astrid, what are you, like... You're 11 kilos over. I know, it's too heavy. You shouldn't have all this stuff on you. I apologize. But can you just... The deep breathing is a bit much. I don't know if the... No, I don't know, Dan. That's a very good question. Shall we use the fog time to do a little bit of this? Because I am rubbish at this still. Oh, don't change direction. What about you? Oh! Oh! Go, 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 Coro! Go, go, go! Get it, get it, get it. See, that's... I'm not fast enough because I'm overburdened. But hey, that was a good hit, at least. I'm trying to line it up with my thumb and be a bit better at it. The Mist. Oh my god, that film is amazing. The ending of that film is devastating. And the funny thing is, a friend of mine who is a filmmaker told me to watch it in black and white because that was the original intention of the director. So I've never seen it in colour. I turned the colour all the way down on my TV so that I could watch it because it's lit for black and white and everything. So I've only seen it in black and white. And the ending is just mind-blowing. Yeah, Dan, you should do that sometime. You should rewatch it in black and white. It's beautiful because it's just, that's how it was lit, that's how it was intended. And I don't know who made it be colour, maybe the studio, I don't know. But yeah, it's always supposed to be, too far to the right, always supposed to be in black and white. Oh well, let's move on. We can always find ourselves a little nook to hang out with and start a fire and chill out. And wait for hopefully the fog to go away. I'm sorry, little bunny, but we could always do this too. This feels very cruel. Oh, because I'm crouching. Sorry, little bunny. Oh, I missed ya. And broke my arrow. Ah, well. I'm usually, if I don't hit trees, pretty good at that. I know it's overkill, but...
Oh, I'm starving.
yeah, I'm not amazing with bunnies. Sorry, little bunny. Hey, where's my arrow? Oh, there. Let's cook the bunny. I don't really need a windbreak, but I've got one. %. Wood matches should take it to... oh, let's go 100%. Oh my god, a comeback. Not my best work. Not my best work. I tell ya, I was playing a little bit of a PC game today, and oh my god, I'm so bad at accidentally firing the revolver. It is really a problem. I'm gonna have to get used to that on PC because that is just annoying as hell. I'm so used to just leaving my gun out because it's not a problem, but it definitely is a problem. I will never mock anybody for that ever again. Bunnies, yeah, bunnies, I find bunnies frustrating. Everybody's like, how easy it is to stone bunnies, and I'm like, I don't know about easy. I'm pretty hopeless at it. Supposed to line up your thumb or whatever. Yeah. Right, eat the bunny. 6 minutes. Oh look, we've got visibility. Excellent. Let's have a look. I'm going to check my that prompt, because I think it's probably pretty out of date now. Game day, yeah, game day is 90 now, isn't it? And I've definitely killed more bunnies. 70, I've definitely lit more than 73 fires. And I've probably survived 40 blizzards now. I have so many teas, but I really don't need them. Coffee time? Yep. Coffee time for you. Nice, nice. Honestly, I should probably just get rid of some of these teas because she's not in a situation now where she gets cold very often. And they're kind of just medicinal. Actually, medicinal teas now. Ugh. Good torches only. Yeah, that's better. I probably don't actually need to carry that many teas. It's one loper habit I can probably drop for now. Alright. Should probably start thinking about bullet usage too. Ah, there's the climb. So this is the hill I need to take. Didn't realise I was quite so close to Signal Hill climb. I'm probably going to get a sprain going up here. When is it not coffee time? Yeah. So, definitely 2 a day for me now. I find if I go further than that, it's too much. The tea habit is therapeutic. I can't remember the last time I had a cup of tea. I used to drink tea quite frequently. I haven't. I really like. I have a really like beautiful peach tea that I like to drink, but I've run out. Probably look in the back of the cupboard and see what teas we've got, because I don't feel like regular tea, but it's nice to have a, someone can use the sprain command to count that one for me. It's nice to have a hot drink at night sometimes and not... Oh my god, she's sprained both of them. Cripes. I think I've only got one bandage. Alright, pick a foot, Astrid. Ginger tea? Nice. Imagine that's quite good for like indigestion and heartburn and any of those problems too. Thank you, Python. I need to make some more bandages if I wanted to not hobble. Don't think I can. Yeah, I don't have any cloth. Yeah, you're gonna complain for a minute, Astrid. We'll probably just go sleep it off, to be quite honest. Is anyone else getting that glitch where you select a torch and it selects the one you're carrying? Tells you it's gonna use a 4% torch. I'm just like, that's the one I just dropped? Just noticed it today. I don't know if it's me or something in the recent patch or... It's weird. Oh. Yeah, isn't it weird? Like, for example, like I want to have another torch. Now I've got no torch. Look, it's trying to select the one that I'm carrying. It's not working from the radial menu. Yeah, okay, Astrid, we're going to go up the top to your little thingy and sleep it off. Because I don't have any bandages. And I don't even think I have any clothing to rip down. Hey, Trooper!
Ow.
How are ya? How's your day been? We're hobbling Astrid back to Signal Hill because we don't have any bandages. Or any cloth. Oh, no worries, Ellie. Lovely to see you. Thank you for coming along. I'll see you another time. Well, let's hope that the bear hasn't decided to come up here, or we are screwed. It'll be a very quick shot. And probably a high-pitched squeal. Oh my good lord. Okay, Astrid, I'm going to make you have a nap in the middle of the day. Send home early because our freelancers can't be bothered to file. Tomorrow's going to be fun. Oh boy. Team Koru is breaking Astrid at every opportunity, apparently. And someone who always carries multiple bandages. Thank you, Python. 5 sprains in a stream. There's a problem. I'm actually going to switch to the gun because I have not seen him up here, but that is... Oh, I can't equip the rifle. God damn it. How is every butt with butt Koru? Butt spot, yes. Yep, you're actually cutting off your own sentences, Astrid. Yeah. Your first aid is going to be a long nap. Not like a, the longest nap, but, a long enough nap that you're not complaining anymore. I am going to have to do one little final check to see if there's any clothing in here, or I'm going to be just sleeping off sprains until we get to Mystery Lake. I don't think Trooper streams right now, do you, Trooper? Though you were threatening to, stream, weren't you? To start streaming. Alrighty. This is ridiculous. Have a couple of hours sleep, Astrid. I think she needs 4 to get rid of the ankles. Oh well, if I get the Aurora, at least we can enjoy it if we've slept first. Yeah, the wrist is 2 hours. Ankles 2 hours. Okay. Fine. Right.
I need to eat soon.
You will be eating cattails, because that's all we have. Let's have a look. Game day 91. 28 days in Pleasant Valley? Yes. 2 more days, and then we'll be leaving. I've got 2 Polaroids. I missed the one in Coastal, which annoys me, but hey. Or is it that there's not one in DP? I don't think there is one in DP, so I think I've got both of them. For some reason I've looked at one of the cans. I've surveyed 15 locations. Good to know. Should we pass time? In a month or so. Nice! Oh, Blizzard. What do you know? Who would have thunk it? Alright, well. We're hanging out here. Oh, I don't know why I slept. I didn't mean to sleep. I meant to pass time. It's fine. At least she'll be healed. Yikes. What a horrible night.
I'm starving.
Should probably go inside and do some inventory management actually, seeing I'm not at cabin fever risk anymore. It's always good to get a little extra save point too. Let me just check though. I'm pretty sure I haven't put anything in any lockers. The stuff I'm carrying is the stuff I've got, but let's just check. We've got gloves and paper, yeah. And a hat. Okay, we'll take that hat for cloth. At least I can make 2 bandages. Leather. A knife. Yeah, I think that was it. Alright. And there's no, like, old pillows or bedrolls or random scarves or anything in here. No. Alright, we're just going to have to be more careful and not make Astrid walk up steep hills all the damn time. I think my problem is I started playing this game before the sprain mechanic was added. And I am stubborn as hell about the sprain mechanic. The only reason I don't have it turned off is because... Oh, look, cloth. I missed that. The only reason I don't have it turned off is because custom games don't get achievements. No worries, Nougat. Nice to see you. Alrighty. We're definitely not getting Aurora tonight too, so... Well, unless the weather changes dramatically. Good old Pleasant Valley sending me off with a bang. Refuse to acknowledge sprains and show Hinterland who's boss around these parts. Yep, I'm the boss around these parts. Your cabin fever's dumb. Cabin fever's one of the dumbest things. And I honestly don't get what the point of it was. They don't want people just camping out, but I mean, what would you do in the apocalypse? You'd spend a hell of a lot of time just camping out. I don't think it's logical. I don't think going and spending a night in a fishing hut or a cave or anything like that is logical. Like, it just doesn't... Yeah, I don't like it at all. And I don't like being penalised with custom games by not earning achievements. I just don't think that's very fair. I don't think that's the only disagreement I have with the game. I should be able to do one tiny switch, like turning off Astrid's voice, or, you know, like a tiny, tiny little change. I should be able to do that without the game being like, oh, well, you don't get any achievements now. Ah, well, I mean, there's still leaderboards on Facebook, but I don't know if I don't think there are official leaderboards, no. Well, I might as well drink these teas, because I was just going to leave them behind anyway, and the calories. So we could do that. Sleep another hour. Yeah. I mean, they didn't like people, just camping out inside for hours on end, passing time sleeping, whatever, but... Yeah. Ah, I get more calories now. Is that because of cooking level 5? Oh yeah, 25% calories. Nice. Ice fishing 2. Oh, 10 o'clock. Okay. Alright, see you soon. Husband's going to bed. I didn't realise it was 10 o'clock. That's fine. I will go a bit longer. It's daylight. Okay, cool. Cool. Right, well, are we at 29 now? 28 still. I don't know when that ticks over. I don't... What? Oh, you're trying to get the dog to go to bed. She's like, what? What do you want? I'm scratching. Oh yeah, I don't think I don't think they're removing it. Yeah, no, I never expect it to go anywhere. But yeah, 90 degrees outside. Let's go for a stroll. 90 days in after walking outdoors for days on end. Absolutely. Hey, Burns Wheels, nice to see you. We were just talking about the cabin fever mechanic in this game. We don't think it's very logical. Thanks for the shout out to Burns. Alrighty, well I guess we'll go. I need to try and figure out when I spawned. Unless I spawned at dawn. No. Oh, look how bright it is. Must be a bright, sunshiny day.
Starving.
I know, and you've got nothing left. So we are gonna head out. I've got one more night to catch the aurora. I don't think that's gonna happen. Let's go. We could go over to that deer blind and get that little bit of deer meat that's there and see if we can find that deer again. How many times can I say the word deer in one sentence? Ah, she can. Yeah, what? Why is it so bright in there like it's sunshine and it's just blah outside? Astrid can see clearly now. The blizzard is gone. I can't see all obstacles in my way because it is not the greatest visibility, huh? Wish those crows would shush. Yeah, so we could do that. We could go down to the deer blind again. See if I can actually use the deer blind for like deer blindy purpose and shoot a deer from it. Otherwise we can just harvest the dead one that's already there. And at least we know that's food. Should probably have a weapon out. I mean, I can resort to starvation, but she would be much more overweight if she loses 5 kilo carrying capacity. So I would rather not. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Apologies for putting that in anybody's head. Come on, burn off the fog. Give us a nice blue sky. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You're trying. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes. Yes, good job. Come on. Come on. Have a good riding session, Dan. I'll see you soon. If you're going to do your sprints, I'll probably come and join and fall asleep to it. I would raid, but I'm not sure how popular watching Will Die would be. I think it's great, but, you know, I'll ask everybody before we leave. Do you want to go watch Will Die over and over? Standing still, looking at beautiful vistas, with chill music? You do? Okay. Oh. Oh, the wolf ran away. Yeah, because of my wolf coats. There's that chance that they'll run away. Bye. Well, at least I hope he's running away from me. If it's TLD, you're entertained. It is really entertaining. It's great. It's a really cool experiment. But yeah, because nothing's really happening, it may not be everyone's cup of tea, but I think it's great. Yeah, wolf coats. I didn't. Does the bear coat do it? See, I don't ever make a bear coat. I never kill enough bears to make a bear coat. That's good to know. Yeah, wolf coats scare off the wolves. Does it say it in the description out of curiosity? Wolves? Remind wolves they should keep the distance, not the way the wolf expected to end up. Do I have cured guts on me? So that I can repair stuff? No, I just have the hides. Okay, well that's helpful. The deep breathing, Astrid, as usual, is not necessary. Well, that wolf can just stay away, thank you very much. Go away. Carry on your journey. Says it's going to be a low of 1 degree tonight, but my phone reckons it's still 9 degrees, and it is definitely not 9 degrees. It is too cold. Too cold inside my house for the outside to be 9 degrees. Done his... Yes, he must be gone live with his writing sprints. Right, that's the bridge, so we are definitely not quite where we wanted to be. That's fine.
All I can think about is
We'll go around here again. Yeah, Astrid, I'm really sorry I don't have anything, so let's give you another tea, just so we don't lose it immediately. When worn in either clothing's got the wolfskin coat, has a chance to skew. Yeah, okay, so the bear doesn't do it? I wasn't sure. I like this music. I'll maybe make it a goal that I make a bear coat. Seeing I've never made one before. Oh, there's a deer. They smell their kind, yeah. I always thought it was kind of cool little perk. I had earlier in this run when I was in DP, I had an incident where the wolf was being scared off by a bear, so running towards me, but then my coat was scaring it off, so it ran back and forth crying 5 or 6 times before I moved just far enough away to reset it, and then it was like, oh I will actually attack you. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to collect sticks and get in position. God damn deer. I'm really curious to when this day ticks over. Still 28. Alright. Oh, Astrid, just lift your foot over the log, will you? Oh. There's one there. Oh, god damn it. I hate the spook zone. I always get too close to the spook zone and spook the deer. Spook deer and munmuns. Yeah, do you think that's a thing? Should I not be wearing wolf coats to try and hunt? I'm happy to take them off if it means that the deer don't run away so quickly. Okay. I don't know if this blind works or not, like if they get closer to the blind. A peanut M&M with no shell? What is this blasphemy? Like there was just a peanut in the bag? Or did it have chocolate on it? Do love peanut M&Ms. We just recently had honeycomb M&Ms come out here. They're very nice. I like them. Tastes like, yeah, honeycomb. I'm going to try and use the blind to actually hunt from. If they come close enough, we'll just have to be patient. We'll have to do our best Call of the Wild. Or whatever the games are. We'll have to do our best hunting game impression. And hope that the deer comes close to it. Because that would be cool if I could actually use it for its purpose. Chocolate and no hard shell. Just going to move on mute for a second. Just moved the coffee table so I can put my feet up. It feels very luxurious right now. I'm leaning back with my feet up on the coffee table. It's the beauty of the boom arm. Yeah, they're really good. Oh no, see, I'm still spooking him. I thought this would help, and he could get closer in the blind, but it actually doesn't help you. Bummer. It was worth a go. Alright, well, which one do I want to try and get? Should I go over and get the dead one that's already here? And then that way I've at least got the meat and I'm not going to starve. Seeing it's still enough to have a fire. I was really hoping that the blind was like protective and some science it with the coat off. Okay. I mean, I found that they get spooked much further away than I expected. So let's just cook this first. Because this should be Magleen's weather, and I haven't used my Magleen's yet. Yeah, nice. And then we can try and science it and do some hunting with the coats off. Nice.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
It's only 0.9, so 6 minutes.
I'm starving.
Yeah, Astrid, have a tea, real quick. Keep thinking that's a deer right ahead of me, and I think it's a log. Well, I wonder if we keep an eye out, and if it's an aurora, we head back to Signal Hill to catch it, to watch it. If it's not an aurora, we just sleep in the cave, and then we leave. So I think I've got a day and a half. Still 28. Maybe it is the evening that it ticks over. So I've got longer than I thought. But still, we could hang out over here. Would resolve any cabin fever issues for a few days. Sleep in the cave. 21. Sure, why not? Eat it. Yes. Look at all that food. Right, let's cook some more teas. Sort of a backup measure. Chocolate covered espresso beans. Ah. Never really liked eating coffee beans. I do like the coffee, but I like chocolate covered peanuts. Not really into chocolate covered raisins. Think raisins are kind of meh. Unless they're in a hot cross bun. Anyway, these are my food opinions. They may not be your food opinions, and that's perfectly okay. Coffee? Coffee? How are we doing for water? Yep, running out of water now that I've been doing this. Thought so. So I need an hour and a half on the fire. Perfect. Is it going to stay quiet enough, weather-wise, for me to do this? Yes, just, I think.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Oh, Astrid, just calm yourself. Alright. Any deer? Is that deer down the slope still there? Is that her belly? Yeah, it's her belly. The sound of a wolf eating a deer and Astrid's belly when she's half full is too similar in my opinion. I don't want to drop it. Do it in this menu. Take off, take off. Alright. Let's science this. See if I can get any closer to the deer. Okay, was he spooked by me or is there a bear down the hill? Let's get these. Well, this looks like I left one. Where'd he run? Oh, for God's sake, I was just about to shoot you. Can you just let me... Yeah, see, chicory is something that I don't think is a thing here. What does chicory taste like? Because I've heard people having coffee with chicory. I'm just going to try from here. Oh, no. Too slow. I have seen the bear path kind of towards this exit. I don't really want to get... into bear territory. In the tree. Oh, I broke one, didn't I? I was going to say, why do I only have so few arrows? But yeah. Okay. Gonna wait for him to stop. I suppose they're trying to, like, suggest that with a bow and arrow you can't crouch and shoot it. Yes! But the fact that I can crouch and shoot a rifle and not shoot a bow and arrow is kind of annoying. That was great. I'm thrilled with that. Now, can I... 9 kilos of meat. Do I have enough firewood to even remotely ponder that? I have 26. I could quarter it and take it to the cave. Where are you? You're very noisy, dear. Or I could just... Oh, he's running up there. I could just take, like, maybe 3... How much weight I'm really overweight already. How am I even more overweight? Is it all the extra teas? And coffees and things? Yeah, it is. Okay. What I might do... Let's go up to the cave. Drop some stuff and come back. Yeah, I know. Archery level 5. I know that's probably just a perk of the skill, but I'm just like, oh. I wish it wasn't a thing. It's all good. We're going to go up here and we can drop like our rifle and a bunch of heavy stuff and come back and get him. Get some meat off him. Because I'm worried the weather's going to turn. Or predators are going to come by. So... we can have ourselves a nice little cooking sesh. Eat lots of deer. Sleep in the cave. Drop off all our heavy stuff. Because I'm super slow. Hey Shadow Chimp, nice to see ya. Oh, thanks Trooper for the clip. Yeah, I can imagine in real life it actually isn't particularly easy to do, but I just, yeah. I guess crouching with a rifle is probably more intuitive and easier than... Yeah, I wonder if it's in New Zealand too, Burns. Like, I know the term chicory, and I've heard of American friends having chicory coffee, but I just don't even know, I don't know remotely what that tastes like. Right. Hi, Silixlot. Yeah, I guess so. I think jumping would kind of ruin it, personally. In terms of, like, just jumping around would seem goofy to me. It'd be like you're in, like, Fortnite or whatever. But I know, it does frustrate me when Astrid can't, like, lift her foot, you know? She gets stuck on the silliest little, like, ledge or whatever. You should be able to, like, free yourself with, like, a step. But I'm not sure I would love jumping, per se. But I do get what you're saying. Alright, we've got 30 kilos now. So we should be able to bring back loads of stuff. Don't want to drop anything that's like, you know, like individual that I have to pick up like a gazillion, apart from the sticks. I don't want to have to pick up like a gazillion feathers. Yeah. It's stout. There's moments you're like right there, you could easily get over something. All we have to do is jump a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I think LD and I have discussed this quite a bit. Long Dark Forever, another streamer, and I want to be able to lift her foot, but I don't know if I wanted to jump per se. But yes, jumping is for cowards. Stand your ground and take a mauling like a true gamer. Oh, Troop, you make me laugh. Oh, thanks for the shout out to LD. I'm always pushing him to the max, lifting a foot. Yeah. I'm always overburdened. It's just the way I play, and it drives some people bananas when they watch me play. But it's just I would rather that she was 10 kilos over and I had all the stuff that I want than. But generally, I'm mostly overburdened when I'm traveling between regions. If I'm just going to do an hour's worth. If I'm staying in one region, I will leave everything in a base and try not to be overburdened. But at the moment I'm about to transition to another region, so I've got everything on me, and that makes you much slower. And yeah, you usually eat your way down and wait for sure. Yeah. You have in the past? Crutches or a chair, yeah. Training to teach archery. Nice! I never tried archery. I always kind of regretted it. I was at a summer camp in the States. But it was a musical theatre camp, so there weren't a lot of very sporty kids. And oh look, my sneer's standing up. Oh no, it's just kind of like that. And I taught, singing and basic piano and like how to read music to some kids. I mainly play survival, but I replay the story mode probably once a year. and I will be replaying it again on my channel soon. And I'll play when the final chapter's out next year, final episode. I will play. Definitely play them again, probably to lead up to that. But yeah, there's this trooper has just contributed to the. There's a points thing. If you're new to my channel, you probably won't have very many points. Sorry, but there is you can contribute to get me to replay Wintermute, which I'll be doing pretty soon. And I'll be playing it on PC, which I don't usually do, so it'll be fun. My dog's having a dream. She's yelping in her sleep. It's very cute. Right, let's get the last 3.5 kilos.
I've never been so hungry in my life.
Yeah, Astrid, you're about to eat like a queen. You're going to drink a coffee to give you some calories and so that you can carry stuff up the hill. Yeah, I agree. I also think it's an awesome story. Some players aren't really into story and they prefer to just do... They prefer to just do survival, which is totally fine. But yeah, I love both. Oh, Mazios, it's okay. She's too far away for me to wake her up from her dream. I was just thinking I'm just gonna grab this for an extra piece of wood. Oh, the wind stopped. That's nice. I may have to do a little scavenge for some more wood. The sticks I've got will get me started. Oh, the Discord is... One of the Discords I'm in is very chatty right now, and my phone keeps buzzing. It's annoying. Oh, I must have it by weight. Yeah, I thought so. Alrighty, let's do a little fire. Let's do it over here. Highest dragon. Stick. I don't have sticks. Oh, I dropped them all. Duh. Corey, use your brain. Can tell I'm tired. Didn't get a lot of sleep last night, thanks to the baby. Yeah, Troop, I've already been playing a bit on PC, and I keep firing the revolver at nothing. Because I can't, I keep clicking the wrong button, because it's the same button on PC. Whereas on console, we have a dedicated fire and shoot button, and I don't accidentally fire my gun. Right, Astrid, you're going to be waiting 40 minutes to eat. Can you survive? Yeah, I love the bow and arrow. I've been doing that this stream, actually. Before you arrived, I've been trying to practice this deer I shot with the bow and arrow. I've been trying to practice shooting with the bow and arrow because I'm not very good at it. I'm out of practice. So I got this deer with the bow. Current 7 Blackrock. He's living high off the moose at Bricklayer's. Nice! You can't leave Blackrock. Yeah, you kind of get stuck there, huh? It's a painful place. Drink a cup of coffee, Astrid. It's the one thing you've got an abundance of. Tina had many problems when she made the switch. Navigating the bridge... Oh, no! I hope I don't fall off the trestle. I don't do, like, auto walk and stuff, which I know people like to do. Too paranoid. So... Yeah, I need to just make sure like I have my torch away or my gun away so I don't accidentally fire it. But I'm doing okay with moving around, but also mouse sensitivity I have to get used to. Because obviously I'm used to like, you know, you push on a console and it does this stupid shuddering thing, but mouse is a lot more fluid. And my husband has his mouse sensitivity set to like ridiculously high, like very sensitive for his game that he plays, which is like a first-person shootery thing. So he's set it up for me so that I can have my own setting on the mouse so that it's a lot less sensitive, which was nice of him. But yeah, I will have to it will be an adjustment. I'm also probably going to do a vanilla Lopa run at some point on the PC. But yeah, I'll be doing Wintermute. And also I'm quite, I'm a bit fast with some of the ways I do things. Like I'm so fast that my finger slips and then I shoot. It's so dumb. I like that there's a whole archery discussion going on as a side conversation, and I haven't been paying much attention, sorry, to it, because it's not something that I'm au fait with, but yeah, I am enjoying that you're having this conversation, having a nice debate about it. But I noticed, like, today, like, even moving teas and all that sort of stuff around the fire, everything is just smoother, easier on PC. Why did they put I know that that's the slot for the normal bedroll. Why don't they just put the bearskin bedroll there if you don't have a normal bedroll? Probably don't even need that. I probably could just sleep in this bed. But, yeah, anyway. The rope bridges, yeah, oof. Yeah, so what I do is I've got camera sensitivity up to 100%. That's the only way that I can shoot without it being an absolute clusterfuck, basically. Let's keep an eye on the sky. If it's going to be aurora-y, I want to look at... Oh, sorry, I hit the mic. I want to look at the Signal Hill. I don't think I want to head back there. Unfortunately, I don't really want to run back there in the night, but we can maybe see it. Yeah, upping sensitivity does help for sure, but it's still not the PC, sadly. It's still not as sensitive. But yeah, it does help for sure. Oh. Add some more wood with the fire. Nice, nice. Right. Did my day tick over? Because I really don't know when I spawned. It did. So I obviously spawned in the afternoon or early evening. Good to know. Lady! Thank you for the gift sub. You're very generous today. You don't have to keep doing that. That's so kind. Welcome, sir, to the chorus. You now are subbed. Enjoy the emotes. There's some good long dark related emotes there. And the rest of them are just me. But they're fun. 20 and 40, so I just need a little bit longer. Let's fill her belly. Your lady is so generous and kind. Like LD will turn up and just go, oh hey Coro, you're celebrating today? Here you go, have 5 or 10 subs, gift subs. And I'm just like, LD! What kind of Twitch budget do you have? Oh, and thank you for the follow. Oh, I think we had our follow goal. We did. That's awesome. That's very exciting. Thank you. Let's start a new one. That's so cool. More friends. Nighttime music is very nice.
sure I can carry much more.
24, 17. I can probably just leave that actually, but I might as well just finish it up. Do I want to, before it goes out, do a litre of water? I think I will. Let's do a litre and a half. So we need 40-ish minutes for the water. Okay, cool. Nice. I haven't played Stranded Deep, but I have seen other people play it. It does look really fun. Oh, that wasn't boiled. Silly me. 21. 6. Nice. We should better get 9 hours of sleep. Let's just do it in increments though, because I don't trust this bed. Though, obviously, I have got amazing clothing on, so I'm sure I'll be absolutely fine. Let's just do 3. Yeah, I think not, Chris, but, you know, thanks for trying. Swiping, no swiping. See ya. Don't know who they think that works for, to be honest. Let's sleep in this tiny little weird bed of snowy moss on the hard cave floor. That sounds like a good night's sleep. I should probably update. Oh, I'll do that in between streams, but update our day count and our kill count and all that sort of stuff. Alrighty. So, we'll get our 30 days late afternoon or early evening. So, let's eat. Yeah, I know. You just get banned. I don't even bother to, like, just time people out. I just ban them. Yeah, I mean, it does look fun. And I know DH Dunn, who I'm a big fan of, one of my friends, is another good streamer to follow. He is, he's played it. He's got clips on his, like, BRB screen that have him playing it. There's all my stuff. I'm guessing I've read field dressing your kill, and it's just a...
Not sure I can carry much more.
yeah, it's just firewood, really. Yeah, you are carrying a bit, Astrid. Can't really eat anymore. Yeah. Yeah, we're not playing Long Dark to become famous Twitch streamers, that's for sure. I kind of just want to kill time till I can leave, but I'll leave my food stash in here. Look at that! I don't think I've had 4 full meters since the game began. Well, we could stone some bunnies, we could probably shoot another deer. Or we could just kill time. Do I even have a stone anymore? I don't think I do. Let's grab a couple of stones. There's normally some around cave entrances. Let's practice. Kimmy is pretty famous, that's true. Kimmy and Zachnafane. Thomasina, Wands, Athenon, those are the big ones. I think I would have to be a much better player though, probably, to be that kind of level of followers and stuff. You have to be like one of the pros. Accurize, yeah. Accurize I've always been a big fan of. Doesn't stream though, YouTuber. And he's playing a lot of other stuff now. He's playing a lot of Call of the Wild, and you're just gonna sit there. Oh! Run, Astrid, run! With your overburdened self. Oh, see? That's what happens when you're overweight. But hey, at least I'm getting better at actually hitting them. Yeah, Akirais was the very first person I watched. He's great. Nice guy, too. We've had some good conversations. Oh no, my controller battery level is low. And I don't have another one that's working at the moment. So that's going to be interesting. I may have to plug it in for the last few minutes of stream. Or it may force me to finish, to be quite honest. Though I did really want to get to Mystery Lake before we wrapped up tonight. Just handing out bun cushions. Just practicing not being terrible at stoning bunnies. Because it's, you know, one of those skills that you're just supposed to have. They teach you in story mode. And I am terrible at. I think I've thrown all my stones away. I have. Oh. I probably shouldn't break any more arrows just shooting at bunnies. But, you know, it's fun. Oh, too high. Oh, don't just sit there. You're literally a sitting bun. Oh, good job. Good job. You freed yourself. You saved yourself from an arrow in the face. Oh, Cora, stop being lazy and get a stone. Yeah, they teach you. Yeah. They don't tell you exactly how to line them up or anything. Everyone just kind of figures it out eventually. And also, you know, being overburdened is a major problem because you hit them and then you can't get to them in time. Because you're so slow. You have to be really speedy Gonzalez to hit them and get there fast enough, in my opinion. Juked by a bunny. Meow. Hello, bunny. Oh. You just gonna sit there? Yes! Get it. Okay, everybody look away. If I'm looking away myself. I'm covering my eyes. No, I'm sorry, bunny. I'm sorry. I only did it for the... Actually, I didn't even need to do it. I was doing it for the experience. Now I have a dead bunny that I don't need. I just killed a bunny for no reason. Thank you. I should have just let it go. Why did I kill it? Aww, I'm sorry. Unfeeling, unliving game animal that I care about. Get in my belly, buddy. Don't eat the food though, that's the thing. I have a little deer meat. Oh well, let's cure it overnight so that we have the stuff and we probably won't even eat it. Let's hang out in here and harvest it. Right. Let's do these. 52 or 32. Cool. So I think in the back of this cave I should be able to cure. Chuck it over here. Fresh. Yep. Cool. We'll get some progress on that. Alright, we might as well cook it. It's all good for like fire starting and stuff. Aw, thank you for the contribution to the challenge. 79 and 74. Those challenges are getting up there. It's great. TLD Easter Challenge. Most bunnies in 100 days. Python, you should definitely suggest that. I'm sure there will be people in the community definitely keen for that. I haven't harvested the bunny. Shouldn't take long though, because they're dainty. This is making me hungry, oddly enough. Dinner was many hours ago. Though I did have ice cream after dinner. You'd think that I would not be hungry. Go 24, 38. Nice. Don't really want to go looking for more wood, so... Nice. It's nice not to be starving. I can actually take this meat with me too, because I shouldn't attract any predators between here and the cave. So it'll make me even heavier. Eat the bunny. Drop the rest of the bunny. I think people would be very keen for that, Python. Alright. Kinda just want to kill time, which is really terrible, but it means I can just get out of here. And I'm tired. There are a lot of people who enjoy slaughtering bunnies, and then there are a lot of us who do not. I'd look away whenever we have to snap a little neck. Call of the Wild. Do you shoot bunnies in Call of the Wild? I suppose you can shoot almost anything, huh? I was going to make more bandages. We can do that. Gonna craft anything else? Nope. Let's just get to night time. Have we hit 30 days yet? I'm impatient. Yes, we have. Okay, bye-bye PV. We're leaving now. And we're leaving very stinky.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load.
We should be able to get to the cave without being mauled. Oh, I'm too heavy. 49. Dang it. We're going to have to leave some of this behind. Right, let's fill up and drop the rest. Pixels on a screen core. I know, but, you know. Wow, some of these pieces of deer meat are 1,000 calories? Is that... They're normally 900, aren't they? Or lower. It's the extra 25% thing. Jeez. Feels terrible leaving that much calories behind, but I don't want to... I want to be able to move. Let's make myself extra stinky. I guess we're leaving one more behind. Alrighty. Pixels have feelings too. Those pixels had a family. Have I got coffee actually? Might as well. Thirst and energy. Bye PV. Thanks for the memories. Not a fan of yours, but you have kind of actually been fun to hang out in. Alright, bear, stay away. Wolves, stay away. Literally just let me leave, please. You do not have to come and try and get me. Just let me leave, and I won't bother you again. I'm leaving your kind land. You do not have to get up in my grill. Please, thank you. Rabbit and andouille gumbo is good stuff. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had rabbit. I must have had rabbit. I have had goat curry. I have had kangaroo. I think I've even tried emu when I was in Australia. But I don't think I've ever had... Yeah, there's a strong possibility I have never had bunny. Hello, dear. Taking a long time to notice me this time, of course. Right, let's blow this joint, kids. Sayonara, Pleasant Valley. Au revoir, kakite. Kangaroo was kind of like lamb, kind of, if I recall correctly. Kangaroo was... I don't know. I don't remember loving it. It wasn't terrible. Had goat curry. It wasn't too bad. Obviously, you don't like kangaroo. Goat python. That's fine. Can't remember what emu tasted like. I think it was just bird, you know. Just tasted like chicken, probably. Should probably refuel this. Right, let's head out. Mutton, yeah. Mystery Lake, here we come. Bye, Pleasant Valley. Hope to never see you again. Well, I won't in this run. Hooray. I'm really excited about my month in Mystery Lake. I love Mystery Lake. Emu tastes like revenge if you're on the right country. If you haven't heard about it before, everybody, you should look up the Emu War, where literally the Australians tried to get rid of the emus and called it an Emu War, and they lost. They ended up with more emu afterwards than they started with. It's a great story. If you've ever heard The Dollop, a podcast called The Dollop, where they tell stories of normally American history, but sometimes they add in a couple of extras. You should listen to their one on the Emu War. It is so funny. It is so good. Goat's milk, huh? Never tried goat's milk. I know they have goat's milk formula for babies who are allergic to dairy, but it's very expensive. And my children don't seem to be allergic to dairy, so the emus are undefeated on home soil, yeah. Yeah. And the only other fun fact I know about Australian wildlife is that the United Arab Emirates now imports camels from Australia, because the camel population in Australia is thriving. And there was a time where, like, Dubai, etc., didn't have enough camel. So they imported them. So, yeah. War Against Emu. Yeah, the podcast is incredible. It's so funny. It's the most preposterous story. You need to listen to it. Hello, Bedroll. I don't really need you. Got my own fancy one. Thank you. It's always funny when I find new food. I'm like, okay, how long you've been sitting here a while and you're new? Also, I have level 5 cooking, so I don't care how new your food is. Oh, thank you, lady, for the link. Wonder all those camels in Dubai have an accent. Trooper is on fire today. You're so funny. Definitely have the same sense of humour, Troop. Very dad jokes. Don't need to pick up that stick, Corey. Just leave it alone. You're overburdened. She's breathing heavily as it is. Stop trying to pick up more crap. Emu. Why are you murdering savages? Whereas New Zealand has a prehistoric bird called the moa, which is extinct now, but it was basically an even bigger emu. And we hunted them all into oblivion. So, no more moa. I'm sure they were very tasty. There's also the turtle. Why did I pick up the stick? Anyway, there's a turtle that basically went extinct because it's so freaking delicious that the American settlers who landed on the island with this turtle could not stop cooking and eating it. They were like, we need to take this back and study it. We need to take specimens of it. And every time they'd collect a specimen on the journey back, they would eat it. And then they would have to go, like, say, sorry, we ate it. We'll go back and get more. And they did this like 3 or 4 times. They were like, it's just so delicious. We can't resist it. I think that's another Dollop episode. I highly recommend the Dollop. I'll put that. They're very funny. Don't know if they're Cajuns. No, I don't know. Do they like turtle? Turtle soup? Mock turtle soup? Quarry Island. Oh, jeez. I take it. So, Troop's obviously already a fan. Again, probably didn't need the cattail either, but you know. I'm waiting for my controller to die, and I have to plug it in and sit really close to the PlayStation, which means the microphone probably won't work anymore, which means that this will be over. Turtle soup, c'est bon? I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Oh well, I wanted to see what was down here. Because I never come down here. Yeah, nothing. Okay, fine. Fine, make me look silly then. There's extra cattails, but we're ignoring them for now. There's plenty of food in Mystery Lake. You're slow enough as it is. You make them more efficient. Yeah, I don't know how do you fake turtle, but you know. I suppose the same way they fake lots of other animal meat. Mocking the turtle, she cooked them. Yeah, that's just rude. Let's see if we can make it to the dam before my controller dies. Once we get into the dam, I'll probably call it a night. I was going to try and get to Trappers, but it's just before 11 PM, and if my daughter does anything like she did last night, she's going to wake me up in a couple of hours, so I would rather avoid being absolutely exhausted tomorrow. Beef, pork, chicken, lamb, turkey, veggies, roux. What, all in one meal? Thank you for following that, Lady Hazel. I'm glad you're enjoying the chat. Welcome to the chorus. Nice to have you. I need to tally it up, but the hello. 6 AM here, you've been up all night. I need to tally up how many streams I've done since I made affiliate, because I may be not that far away from getting follower emotes, which would be really cool, because I'd really like my followers to have some emotes and not have to subscribe. All in one pot, wow. That is like everything. Apart from seafood. Which reminds me, I need to get some fish or something to introduce to my baby, because she needs to have seafood before 1. As you know, the allergen, introducing the allergens that you're supposed to do with babies. And she hasn't, I think she had a little bit of a tuna thing once. But I need to make sure that she eats some seafood. Make sure she's not got an allergy. We've done peanuts and eggs and all the other delightful things she's supposed to try. 7 AM, yeah. Yeah, so it's 11 PM here Thursday, because I live in the future, so... Hey Nomad, nice to see ya. Parsley and lemon white wine. It does sound good. It's just I've never had a dish with that much meat variety in it before. Yeah, Astrid, I know you're getting tired, so you're getting very slow. And deep breathy. Oh, and the lamp that's on a timer next to me has just turned itself off. Obviously, everything in my house is like, hey, it's bedtime. Go to bed. And I can't turn it on from my lock screen anymore, because I just updated to iOS 16, and it's not there anymore. I need to fix that. Prepared for the wolf, if there is one, because I am stinky. Stinkerson. Unless I want to go up and around, which, meh, no, I'll go down. I'll just shoot him. Quite often there's a bunny you can kite into him, but not today. Oh, he's eating a bunny. Alright, well, we might be able to get around him if he's more interested in the bunny. Otherwise, we can just shoot him. Yeah, let's just do that. It adds to my wolf kill count. I'm doing pretty good, Nomad. Hope you're good. Just finished our month in PV. We're heading into Mystery Lake. And then we will spend 30 days there. I can frickin' aim today. Okay. Just making sure you're not a problem. My PlayStation controller is dangerously low on battery, so we may end up losing the control in a minute. I don't know if it affects the stream in any way. Ideally we can get up here. Yeah, you're welcome, other bunny. Yeah, we saved the other bunny. Ideally I can get up here and into the dam before it dies. I'm not optimistic. Oh, good. Enjoy your coffee. I do not know quite how I am still awake after such a bad night's sleep, but hey, sometimes your body just finds the energy, huh? No worries, Pam. It was really lovely to see you and have you join us today. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good afternoon. Sorry, Bunny. I don't normally chase you all the way up to the dam, but why not? So yeah, if I suddenly go quiet, it's because the controller has died and it has affected the stream in some way. And I'm plugging in rapidly. The dog just flopped down on the rug so ceremoniously. Very old, that turtle tastes like weird. Several different meats, depending on which part you eat. Mock turtle soup in response to turtle conservation efforts. Then they started farming them and concerns evaporated just like alligator. Ah. Yeah, always lovely to have some chat with friends. It's always a good crew this time of night. I always thought, you know what, I won't be able to stream at night time for me because I had made so many American Twitch friends. And they won't be up, surely. And then this has actually been... lots of people have come to these streams, so... Come on, Astrid. I know it's windy. You haven't got far to go. Just around the front of the dam. And you can save. And we can end the stream. And we can plug in the controller. And you'll be all set for the next stream. Which will be in 12 hours time. Less than 12 hours time if I do the morning. Not sure if I'll do the morning or the afternoon tomorrow. Time zones are difficult, yeah.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
Yeah. Probably shouldn't have even stopped to do that. If I lose controller when I'm walking around the dam, I'm gonna be annoyed. Right, let's not fall off. I want to bet I'm awake. Yeah, well, Python, you're always awake. Oh, thanks, Nomad. Yeah, no big. It was all good. I just thought it was funny. I was like, oh, I'll just get Europeans and maybe some Kiwis and Aussies who watch Twitch. And I've never had a single Kiwi come into my stream. Oh, one other Twitch streamer that I've met before who's a Kiwi. Who's come in a few times, but it's pretty much all the Europe and America crowd. But yeah, I get a lot of people who are just waking up for the day if I stream late. And soon my time zone's going to change, so I'll be closer, in theory, to being... I suppose I'd have to stream later then, though. Anyway, let's get inside before the controller dies. And we can raid someone. And we can call in a night. I thank you all so much for being here, though, and hanging out with me. It's been really fun today. We finished our PV time. It was a little bit of a slow slog, just wandering around PV, trying to figure out what to do. Then we did some hunting, did some cooking. It was really good fun. Didn't get our aurora at the signal hill, but that's all good. We did see it from the ground, and that was pretty good. And we managed to get in here without my controller dying, so that's pretty good. So let's have a quick look over what we've had this evening, because we've had so many nice new friends come in today. Mr. Canadian raided us, Ali followed, Silvery Frost raided, Lady cheered bits, 100 bits, Silvery Frost followed. Done played And You Have My Bow and Hello There, which I had to do imitations of because my sounds aren't working tonight. Lady gifted a sub to Python and resubbed with Prime and gave a sub to Zulixalot. And they followed, and Lady Hazel followed. Awesome. So much activity for one stream. I really appreciate all of you. You're so sweet. And I love this little community, and I appreciate my little chorus. It's so nice to hang out with all of you. Let's see who's on that we can raid. Unless anyone has a suggestion, I will just have a little nosy on my app and see who's on. And we can do a little raid. Blades is on. Slid Holmes. They're playing Long Dark. Dunn is doing his Will Stand Still. If anybody fancies that, I could always raid that. It is a very chill stream. He literally is just standing still and waiting for Will to die. So it's not the most, amazing thing to watch. Blades is doing a Darkwalker speedrun, and Slid Holmes is doing Nogoa. So does anyone have a preference over Blades or Slid? And we will raid. And I will get some sleep. Fingers crossed. Pray to all your gods and good wishes and all of that. Touch wood that my daughter decides to sleep through till 7 a.m. That would be amazing. It's not even a who have I raided lately thing too, because I've raided all 3 of those within the last week or so. Okay, I'm going to make an executive decision. We're just going to raid our friend Blades. He's doing a Darkwalker speedrun. Personal best attempt. Blades is based in the UK and is a really nice guy. Really good fun to watch. So we'll send everybody over there. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Appreciate you all, my friends. And I will see you all really soon. Bye!